What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Magic the Gathering video. This is Elite Largo, and today we have finally got the ban announcement we have all been waiting for. And as you can see, as part of the intro, as part of what you see on screen, they actually did a really good job, in my opinion, as far as what cards have been banned and the companion rule change. So we'll start with the companion change. So basically, once per game, anytime you could cast a sorcery during your main phase when the stack is empty, you may pay 3 generic mana to put your companion from your sideboard into your hand. So now the companion, this is a special action, by the way, it can't be interrupted or responded to or anything like that. Now, and it's not an activated ability. So now this means that Companion is officially enabled. In order to use Companion, I think it's officially in your sideboard now, as opposed to like just being off somewhere else in its like special little area. So I think I'm pretty sure that'll be enough, because that means players would have to go from would have to bring it into their hand and then cast it. So say if it was a card like Lurrus, it would be 6 mana in order to get it from their sideboard into their hand and then play it. If it was Yorion, it would be 8 total. It would be the 3 to get it into your hand and then 5 to cast it. So I think that's actually probably the better way to do that. You know, my opinion, well, not my opinion, my option that I thought was probably the best was going with you can only have one copy if you're having a companion card, kind of like how Commander is set up. But this actually makes a little bit more sense. It allows you to play multiple copies of the companion card in your deck, as opposed to in your deck, as well as having it in your sideboard that you can bring into your hand, and having it, of course, be only a once per game kind of thing. So I think that's a good idea. I feel like it'll be enough to kind of level the playing field a little bit. Now let's get into the real juicy stuff here for Standard and Historic. Agent of Treachery and Fires of Invention have been banned. Thank you very much. I've been howling about this since Fires of Invention has been out. Anytime you have a card that allows you to play things for free is anti-magic, in my opinion. I don't care if it's only 2 spells per turn. I don't care if it's equivalent to how many lands you have in play. I don't care that you can only play spells on your turn. You're casting 2 things in your hand for free of consequences. So, yeah, you'll never convince me otherwise. So, and plus, enchantment removal outside of the new card Gemraiser has been it's very hard to have that kind of stuff in your main deck, because obviously Fires of Invention is a very, very popular card, and you don't want to remove other key slots in your deck for something that you might encounter in the first game. So Fires of Invention, it makes perfect sense. Agent of Treachery, yes, because of the overwhelming amount of decks we have seen playing this card. And when Agent of Treachery first came out, it was sort of like a meme card. It never really saw a whole lot of play. And then with the explosion of Ramp and Thassa from, Theros Beyond Death, you started seeing it more and more, and it became a real problem. Now you saw, Yorion, Luca, Gyruda. You just had all these ways to cheat that Agent of Treachery onto the battlefield, and now it was a huge problem, and it needed to be addressed. And I agree with that. I'm happy about that, but I'm still kind of the one other thing I wish they would have addressed was Winota, because in my opinion, if you don't have a response to Winota hitting the board on turn 4, there is a 75% chance or more that you have lost the game by turn 4. If they get the turn on curve, and if they have the 2 or 3 creatures that are non-human that attack, I feel like you are at such a disadvantage at that point. Not to mention that, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to ramble about it. I'm just going to say Winota is the next problem. I think you're going to see a lot more Winota decks now that Agent of Treachery and Fires of Invention have been banned. Historic, I'm not sure what suspended means. I don't know if that's the same as banned, or if it's maybe like you can only have one copy, like restricted or something. I don't know what suspended means. So I don't play Historic enough to know what that means. So I'm assuming it's banned. Wait, I think I remember now. Suspended, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it means it's temporarily banned. Historic. Let's see. Yeah, it says it right here. Suspensions. Suspension works like a ban in that the card will not be legal to use in the format while it is suspended. But unlike how banning cards are handled, R&D plans to use the flexibility that the digital format provides to move cards onto and off the suspension list more commonly. Okay, so it's like a temporary ban. I guess that makes sense. But yeah, standard, to have Agent and Fires banned, and then this is a very good, I think, in my opinion, as of right now, just looking at it on paper, I think it's a very good companion rule. So, really happy about this. Good job, Wizards. We'll see how the game goes going forward. Obviously, it's going to be a lot different. I wish they would have done this before the MTG Open over the weekend. Because I think you would have seen, I honestly believe it would have been a lot more fun if these cards had been banned and people just kind of had to, just pretty much play, like, as I stated in my previous video on my unboxing video that I just released, I feel like the decks would be like all over the place. You would have so many people playing so many different things. I played in the MTG Open and I was thoroughly disappointed because it was literally like 3 decks that I saw. I was playing against the same rotation of decks over and over and over again, and it was just absolutely miserable to play against. I know everybody was yelling about Teferi to be banned, but I think on the long list of cards that are a pain in the ass to deal with, I think Agent of Treachery and Fires of Invention were like the top ones that needed to be dealt with. So there you go. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, what you think of the bans and the companion rule, and I will see you all in the next one. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe on the way out.